Ryan, I want to look like Arnold. Where do I start?
uh, Gyno, and then moved to Transylvania.
Ryan, have you ever ghosted a client or fired one?
Oh, many. That's something I put a pretty hard line in the sand with. If I'm no longer helping someone or they're no longer participating in the way that I need them to, my time is just being wasted on them. Yes, I'm still collecting a paycheck, which that's important as a business owner. If my time and my skill set can be better utilized with someone else that's willing to participate, then I will typically let that client go or just have that hard conversation of, hey, you may need to go another route with this because clearly what it is we're doing isn't working. But yes, I've fired many clients throughout my career.
How do you handle a client leaving?
I ask these three very simple questions. Number one, do you have a plan? Do you know what's going to come next? Or are you just kind of hoping that something happens? Number two, what do you want to do for the remaining of our time together? How can I best help you succeed and give you the tools for after our time is done that you are successful? And number three, I humble myself. I ask, what could I have done better? Was there some service or something that I was lacking in that made you feel you had to go somewhere else? Because ultimately, asking these questions is going to be the thing that makes you better at what you do. They can be kind of hard reality checks, but these are important if you want to grow in your craft.
How do you make your first 10K in fitness?
First 10K is honestly pretty easy. I know that's not a popular opinion, but the first 10K is just being consistent in your work, making sure you're delivering a consistent product, a consistent service, and just ask for referrals. So long as you're doing those two things consistently, the 10K will come. Is it going to be on your time frame? Maybe not, but it's going to come every time so long as you follow that framework of consistent service. And then just ask your people, hey, am I doing a good job? Great. I would love it if you sent me someone. As long as you follow that framework of consistency and then just asking the question, you're going to get there every time.
I want to be a personal trainer. Where do I start?
I'd start with getting a certification of some kind. I know they get a bad rap these days, but having a base education in training can be very helpful. Something like an ISSA or National Academy of Sports Medicine, NASM, is a great place to start. And then from there, again, this is kind of be a boring trek, but it is the one that gets you the most chance of success. Work at a box gym. Your 24-hour Lifetime Fitness, LA Fitness, work there and get a base level education and get reps whilst you have a safety net before you consider doing anything else. But I would start with a little bit of education, some certification, and then just get your repetitions when you have a safety net in a big box gym.
Has a client ever hit on you?
Yeah, I had one client who I had just actually signed. Long story short of it, we were training together a couple times, and I was a young man, trainer. So, of course, Friday night, I'm out at the bars. I ended up seeing said client there because, things happen. Well, she tries to buy me a drink, another one, and makes some very not fun advances towards me. Me being the professional trainer with a stick up my ass, I, of course, say no. She feels super awkward about it and ends up the next day going and getting a full refund for her training. Moral of the story, had I just gone home with her that night, I probably would have kept the client. But, what's your moral integrity worth to you? That trade wasn't worth it, but I do wonder about that sometimes.
Even St. Nicholas knew that you had to do some ho 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 stuff to get some presents out there to the public.
Are you proud of that one?
That's such a reach, bro.
Tyler, what mistakes do you see a new trainer make?
Well, the first one I would say is somebody who comes in and stands at the front desk and ends up just being another guy that folds towels for the club. That is a no-no. The second one is that they come in and they don't have any aspirations to meet or mingle with the people in the club. When you get in, you got to come in with a little bit of an ego, a little bit more of a appreciation for the facility, and definitely some charisma. Come in with whatever attitude you can to meet and mingle, because that'll set the tone for your entire training career at that gym. Brian, what is the number one mistake that a new trainer makes, and how could they avoid it?
Absolutely, it's not being professional. Most trainers come from a place of athletics and trying to find a job of passion, and they forget that a job is a job, and you do need to show up to it looking ready, prepared with a plan of attack and an expectation of yourself. That lack of professionalism kills you so much in the long term for your success and ultimately represents yourself poorly in your gym. So do trainers actually get laid a lot, man?
From people from inside the gym? Yes, 100%. Am I one of those people? No, because I set boundaries, all right? But that is way different than any other trainers that I've seen there. Heck, I mean, when we first met in our first gym, that was literally like Love Island. Everybody was freaking each other. Did I say the word
I
fuck?
relate more to Jersey Shore personally, but I get what you mean. I got you, Tommy.
Keep it simple.
Nice.
Simple.
How do you handle a client leaving?
The spoon?
I'll take that, honestly.
Sure.
How
Whatever.
how do you handle a client leaving?
Cool.
How the fuck do you handle a client leaving?
A little more energy.
Fine. Stop hitting on your clients because either three things are going to happen. One, you're going to lose a client. Number two, that client's going to have a spouse and you're probably going to get your ass kicked. Or three, maybe it's unwanted attention and now you got a lawsuit. Stop trying to buy the programs from Instagram and TikTok from fake influencers trying to sell you on becoming a 10K trainer. Get your ass to the gym, get in there and get your reps on your own, or start working in your own dynamics to figure out marketing. It's just a way for them to make more money.
Look, if you're not constantly finding leads in your business, you're not constantly going after new clients as a personal trainer, your business is just quite frankly going to die. And I know that's a little melodramatic, but the reality is clients are always going to leave you. Your business will always be in a process of shrinking. So if you're not adding to it as time goes on, you're just going to end up with a dead business and you're always going to end up wanting.